and welcome back to C# for Beginners video series. I hope you are enjoying the videos and getting some benefit from them. Please consider subscribing to the channel and also click on the bell icon so that you are notified when a new video is released. If you want me to go over a particular topic, please let me know in the comments and I will try to make a video on that topic. So let's get started with today's topic. Today we are going to talk about constants, enums, and the switch statement. So what are constants? Constants in C# are variables whose value will not change during the lifetime of the program. To declare a constant variable, you use the const keyword. Here I'm declaring a constant variable x and assigning the value to 2. First, I have declared the accessor, and it's a public, then the keyword const, then the type of the variable, which is an int, and the name of the variable x, and I'm assigning the value 2 to x. It's a standard to name your constant variables all in capital letters. Now, constants are only set once and it cannot be changed. Throughout the lifetime of the program, the value of x cannot be changed. You can also declare constants as a class member or inside a class. Let's do an example. Let's create a calculator class. So here I have defined a class named calculator, and inside the calculator class, I have defined a constant pi, and the value of pi is known by everyone. It's 3.14. And because the pi is a decimal type, I am putting an M after the value to signify that this is not a double, it's a decimal data type. Now let's add a method that calculates the area of a circle given the radius. So here I have defined the method area of circle. It returns a decimal data type, and the parameter it takes in is radius of type decimal. And I'm calculating the area of the circle as pi r squared and returning the area. Now let's create an object based on this calculator class and call this method. I am creating a new object of type calculator and assigning the variable calc, and then I'm calling the area of circle method with 3.25 m because of it's a decimal data type, and I'm printing out the calculated area. So if I click on run, I get the calculated area is 33.166. So the constant variables can be used inside the class by their name. As I'm using here to calculate the area, I'm just calling the name of the constant, then timing it 2 times to the radius. Constant variables value cannot be changed. If I try to change the value of pi inside this method, I will get an error. And I am getting an error. So the error is you cannot reassign the value of pi because it's a constant. Another thing to note is that the constant variables are part of the class calculator. They are not part of the instantiated object calc. What do I mean by that? let's try to print the value of this variable pi. If I try to get the value of pi from the instantiated object calc, I won't be able to get it because, as it says in the error message, member calculated.pi cannot be accessed with an instance reference, which just means that pi does not belong to the created instance object of the calculator. Pi belongs to the calculator class itself. So if I want to print out the value of pi, I have to use the class name, not the instance variable's name. And the error goes away. And if I run the code, I will get the value of pi 3.14. With that, we come to enums. Enums are classes with constants, and the constant values are of integer types. In the last example, our calculator class had a constant named pi, but the type of pi was decimal. But in enums, the constant types are integer data types. And the way you declare an enum is with the enum keyword. And enums can also have accessors. So let's create a public enum. So here I've defined a enum named gender, and the enum gender has two values, male and female. In the background, there's values added to the male and female. By default, the male will be assigned a 0 integer value, and female would be assigned to 1 integer value. So if you do not assign a value to these constants, an integer value will be assigned to it starting from 0, and at each one it will increment by 1. But if you want, you could add your own values to the constants. So I've defined a size enum, and this size enum has three constants, small, large, and extra large. And I've assigned the value 5 to small, 10 to large, and extra large to 15. So how can we use these enums? We can use them inside a class. For example, let's create a class called shirt. So here I have created a class shirt, and the shirt has two properties. One is for gender, misspelled it, gender, and shirt size. And the type of these two are defined as the enums. So for gender is of type gender, so it can be assigned a value to a male or female. And the shirt size is of type enum size, small, large, and extra large. So let's create an object shirt and assign these values. So here I can see that for gender is a property, and I can assign it as this gender dot, and it will give me the two values, male and female. Okay, so I can say it's a male for male, and the size, shirt size, I'm going to set it to size dot large. So I've defined a new shirt, a shirt, and then I've assigned the for gender male and shirt size to large. And how do I print this out? Let's try to print out these values. And if I click on run, and I get shirt for male and shirt size is large. So enums are useful when you want to give a certain choice of values. For example, um, this for gender property of the shirt class. If I set it to string, for example, string, a developer who is writing a program could have although it can be for male and female, he could say this is for a boy, which could cause a problem because we only want the value to be either male or female. So enums gives you that restriction. So if you want for gender to be only male or female, you can set it to the enum type, and then you can say gender dot, and then this one gives you the choice you have. You have either male or female. These are the only two choices you have. You can't put anything else other in there. So enums are a useful way to limit the data that can be assigned to a value. Next topic we're going to talk about today is the switch statement. The switch statement has this structure: the keyword switch, then in brackets an expression. This expression gets evaluated, and the result of this expression is compared to each case that is defined in between the curly braces. And each case is defined by the keyword case, then the case expected value, then a colon, and then a code block, and then break. So if the result of this expression equals to this expression value, the code between this case and break will execute. If the expression value does not match with any case, the default case code block is executed. So let's do an example. Let's say our variable given number holds an integer number, and we want to figure out if this number is an odd or even. Now we know if we divide this number by 2 and there is no remainder, then it is an even number. So let's do it through a switch expression. So switch, then in the expression we want to evaluate if the given number is divisible by 2 or not. We're going to use the mod by 2 and then our curly braces of the switch structure. So our expression is doing the modulo operation. So the given number will be divided by 2, and this modulo operator returns whatever is the remainder. Now, our first case is going to be 0 because we want to say if the result of this expression equals to 0, then it's a even number. And we will do a default case. If it is not, if the remainder is not 0, then the number is an odd number. So that is our default case. Let's run it. Since 3 is an odd number, the result of this expression is not going to be 0. So this case block is not going to be executed. The default code block is going to be executed. Let's run it, and we get 3 is odd. Now if we do a 2, so the expression of this modulo would be 0. So case 0 will get executed. The block between case 0 and break will get executed. And 2 is even. We can use enums as well in the switch statement. So we've defined an enum color, and the color has values red, blue, green, and black. And now I've defined a variable myColor and assigned color.red as my color. So here I've defined a switch, and the switch is expression. I've assigned it to my color. So my color is going to be evaluated and then compared with each case. So each case is color.red, color.blue, color.green, color.black. So since my color is set to color.red, it should print out this one. My color is red. If I run it, my color is red. Now, if we want to say it should print out expensive color if the color is red or blue, and regular color if the color is green or black. The way we could do it is we can just remove this break line and then add these two cases next to each other without the break. So if the color is red or blue, this is going to be expensive color. Else, if the color is green or black, it's regular color. Since I've omitted the break keyword in the color.red code block, now these two cases become one. So now this would be an OR operation. If my color is color.red or color.blue, this is going to print out. So since my color is red, it should print out expensive color. And if I make it green, it should print out regular color. Regular color. So that's how you use the switch statement. With that, we come to the end of today's video. I hope you are finding these videos useful. Please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when a new video is released. If you want me to go over a specific topic in C#, please let me know through the video comment section. I'll try to make a video on that topic. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.